Bill adds another letter and makes a new word. Now it's Judy's turn to add a new letter and make still another word. Can you think of a word? Yes, words can fool us, and in more ways than one. Take this word. What does it mean? What does it mean to you? This word fooled Jerry just the other day.
Jerry, will you bring me the paper from the hall table?
All right, Dad.
That's easy. Dad brings home a newspaper every evening. He usually reads it at about this time.
Not the newspaper. I want the typewriter paper I left downstairs.
That's different. Dad was thinking paper for typewriting. Jerry was thinking paper for reading. But the only word used was paper. And the word fooled them. Here's another simple word. What does it mean to you? Make a mental picture of a plane. Is this what you pictured? Or is this what you had in mind? Take another word. Do you realize that this word means something different to almost every one of us? The word home is one name for these various places. It's also the name of an idea. The idea of the way you live with your family at home. Yes, words can have different meanings for different people. For example, this is home to Jerry and Judy, but it's not home to Bill. Now, from the radio,
send your order today for these powerful binoculars. You've seen them advertised in all the magazines. These powerful binoculars really put you up in the front line.
Jerry has wanted a pair of binoculars for some time. And these seem to be just the thing. Powerful. Here's what Jerry is thinking.
Powerful means that this summer I'll be able to tell whose boat is way out in the middle of the lake.
That's the picture Jerry has in mind. Judy, too, was interested in the binoculars. What is she thinking?
Powerful. Then they'll help me to see the colors and markings on birds and animals when I go hiking through the woods.
And what about Bill?
I could use some powerful binoculars to study the planets and stars.
So, Jerry and Judy and Bill have three different ideas of what is meant by powerful binoculars, and Jerry is sending for them. After a while, the binoculars arrive. They were advertised as being powerful. Are they? Let's see. What can we use in testing them? There's Bill's house. That'll do. Now, how much bigger will the house appear? Why, hardly any bigger. There'll be little help at the lake in seeing the boats. No, the binoculars certainly are not powerful, according to what Jerry thinks the word powerful means. Now Judy is eager to try the binoculars, and she seems satisfied. They'll help her to study the birds and the animals in the woods. They are just about as powerful as she thought they'd be. From across the street, Bill saw Jerry looking through the binoculars. Now it's his turn to look. Because he was hoping to use them to study the planets and stars, only Judy is satisfied with the binoculars. Jerry and Bill feel that they aren't what the ad promised. But just what did the ad say? Powerful, streamlined. These words are modifiers, and modifiers can be especially confusing, as we have seen. Now, is there anything we can do to guard against being fooled by such words? Let's see. Let's go back to the simple word paper and the way it fooled Jerry. When his father asked for the paper, Jerry assumed he meant newspaper. But doesn't Father usually read the newspaper downstairs? Since he's upstairs in his study, he probably wants the typewriter paper. And, of course, there's one way to be sure.
Dad, which paper do you mean?
I mean that typewriter paper I brought home.
Yes, we can save ourselves a lot of trouble by making sure we understand each other. But how could Judy and the Boerfel meant in this case? They couldn't ask the radio announcer, and the ad itself didn't give any further explanation.
Do you suppose they deliberately used the word powerful, a modifier that means different things to different people?
You mean they didn't want us to know too much about the binoculars?
I don't think so. It's just...
Maybe you're right. Remember, Judy? Dad told us that sometimes people use words in tricky ways, on purpose. He showed us a newspaper. Here it is. Look at this.
Yes, take a good look at this headline. Now, what do you think of Mayor Stewart? That he is a dishonest man? That may be what the editor of the paper wants you to think, but he doesn't quite say so. There's a question mark. When you read the full story, you find that someone expressed a personal opinion. But many people read only the headlines, and so they are easily led to believe that the mayor is a dishonest man. This is name-calling, another way that words can fool us. And name-calling is not confined to newspapers. Take the day after school when Bill discovered that his bicycle chain was broken. Harold came along and offered to help fix it. But Bill wasn't too eager to accept, because Harold was known among his schoolmates as a dope. Then Frank and Walter arrived. Frank was known around school as a wizard. He pitched in to fix the chain. This was the help Bill was looking for. He wanted no help from Harold. So Harold headed for home, wondering why Bill had rejected his offer of help and accepted Frank's. Words playing tricks again. Frank had a reputation marked by the word wizard. Harold had a reputation marked by the word dope. Actually, Bill knew very little about either boy, but he had heard people call them these names, and he formed his opinions accordingly, without bothering to find out for himself. And he was fooled. Frank was unable to repair the chain. This set Bill to wondering whether Frank really was a wizard. And if not, maybe Harold wasn't a dope. Maybe Bill should find out about a person instead of falling into the easy habit of name-calling.
Here's the trouble. When you saw the ad, you only read the headline powerful. You didn't find out the details.
You can read the whole ad and not find out any more. I know one thing. What the ad says about the binoculars isn't true.
It is so true. At least the binoculars are just what I thought they'd be.
I never believe ads.
I always believe them. Here, you can see for yourself.
And we can see that Judy, Bill, and Jerry are having more word trouble. True and untrue. Always and never. Love and hate. Such extreme words are dangerous because they lead us to think there are only two possible courses of thought or action. Whereas actually,
I think the answer is somewhere in the middle. Some ads give accurate information, and other ads lead you to expect too much. In some ways, this binocular ad is true. In some ways, it's not true. Depends on what each of us expected when we read the word powerful. Anyway, I'd be better off if I'd found out ahead of time just what they meant by powerful.
yes, we'll be better off in many ways if we know how to keep words from playing tricks by confusing us. Think. If you hear or use extreme words like true or untrue, or other words of this sort, remember that there is a lot of room in between these two extremes. Avoid name-calling. Don't let a nickname trick you into forming a quick and possibly faulty opinion of a classmate or new acquaintance. Consider the purpose for which words are used. When you use words, be sure the other person understands what you mean, and you understand what the other person means. We use words by the thousands every day. Let's use them thoughtfully when we write and talk. Let's be alert to the varied meanings of words when we read and listen. Thus can we lessen the danger of being fooled by words.